All right, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of First Class Sports. My name is Bobby Brinkman, and my host here is
Eric Larimore.
We are missing our other co-host, Zach. He is sick today, so it will just be me and you today.
Sounds good to me.
All right, today is Wednesday, September 14th, 2022. We just had our week one of NFL season. How'd that go? I mean, you watched...
For me or for the games?
How do you think they went?
Well, I mean, just start off, it was great having football back.
It was. Well, before we get into that, let's do some housekeeping that we didn't do. I almost forgot again. This is a very amateur podcast, as you can see. We just like talking about football and sports, and so we thought we'd do it together. We always like to talk, so I mean, Zach, we're here, whatever. There goes my freaking heater. Hopefully my editor can get that out. So noisy, I swear to God.
Hey, man.
It's
how it is for now.
It is what it is. So, we've known each other for... Eric and I have known each other for... Well, I think we were acquaintances. We knew of each other at the church we went to.
Mm-hmm.
Went to the same church. I think you more hang out with my sister's grade, if I do believe.
Yeah, 2012, yeah.
Yep. So, I was 2010. That gives ages out. And then, when I started dating my, for at the moment, current spouse, you were dating her sister. Mm-hmm. So then we got married in the same year. Mm-hmm. You got married early September. We got married late September, correct? Mm-hmm. So then we became brother-in-laws, and we hung out before then. We always loved sports and, all the Marvel, all that other stuff. So, even though some things didn't go the way we wanted to on my end with my current relationship, yours is holding strong. I had another kid.
Yeah. Two kids,
boy, girl. So, so we're here. Zach, we'll talk about him later.
You are missed.
I went 10-5-1. Yes, there was a tie. And unfortunately, it was our hometown team. We don't like to talk about it, but we tied. I went 10-5-1. I believe both you and Zach went 8-7-1.
Yep, sure did.
You both went 8-7-1 on your picks. I came out the winner here. You guys went risky.
Hey man, sometimes it pays off.
Sometimes it doesn't. I'm not arguing that. Zach and I have a lead on night shift who always loves to throw in at least three every single week wild cards. And sometimes they hit, and sometimes you're just like, how the heck you guess that?
You have to.
I think sometimes you do. So week one, Buffalo, and we started with Buffalo and LA Rams. What do we think of that game?
Well,
we all chose Buffalo.
Yeah, well, I mean, they just are proving a lot of people's theories right that they are the Super Bowl favorite at the moment. They definitely showed it.
They curb stomped them.
That's a nice way to put it.
And listen, Josh Allen is fun to watch.
Yes.
He stiff-armed the hell out of a corner, and it was hilarious. I think I didn't tweet it, but I posted in a messenger group that I'm in one of my fantasy, and I'm just like, because there's a Rams fan in there, so I had to throw it in their face. I'm like, did Josh Allen just stiff-arm this corner onto the bench? Pretty much. It was quite fun. I think I texted. Did I text you guys?
I don't remember.
I may have texted. I texted a few other groups about it.
You texted me.
No? Dang it. It was quite funny. I was chuckling quite a bit at it. I don't know. I think he ran too much. I will say that. I didn't like seeing that many QB draws out of him.
No.
I think he liked absorbing the hits because I see him popping up and smiling. There's another quarterback that did that. He is no longer in the league.
Are we talking Andrew?
Yes, we are talking Andrew. He always would get up with a smile on his face, pat the guy in the back. Almost wanted the hits.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that with Josh.
I don't either.
And I mean, he's lowering his shoulder. He's throwing stiff arms. Listen, man, you're big.
No one's ever doubted his toughness.
But I think at some point, calm that down.
It's going to catch up to him at some point. Like most any kind of quarterback that runs, they don't didn't last
too long. What did we think of Matt Stafford? His performance was not great.
Well, yes, and I also think that O-line performance for them really keyed into his performance not being very well. I mean, still had over 300 passing yards. He had that touchdown, obviously the Cooper Cup, and
that was a fame. By the way, I think I did post that somewhere. I think I posted that on Facebook.
Yeah,
Absolutely fantastic catch. I thought that was out of bounds all the way, and then the replay, I'm like, well, son of a gun, you caught that. That toe drag was stellar.
I still think they're going to be just fine, even after getting manhandled. But I believe their line is going to be key to, having that offense be what it was last year. I mean, they did lose Andrew Whitworth. The
left tackle, right?
He's been there for forever, since the beginning of time. I feel like. I don't even know who the left tackle is now. But
I don't. They their wide receiver core felt like he was only targeting Cup. Who else was he? Higbee maybe a few times.
Yeah, Higbee was the second most.
I think he hit the running back. Henderson. Let's get to that.
Yeah.
After Henderson, we don't want to talk about fantasy too much. But Cam Akers, after being said that he was the starter, non-existent. 3 carries, 3. He was only. I believe he was only in I don't know the stat, but I think it was he was only in there for 7 plays.
Yeah,
something around there. I don't know the exact, but it was not many.
No,
and I believe it was because, if I can find a video from my editor who can put this in here, I know you're listening. You can put this in here. There's a pass and Cam Akers supposed to be blocking. Blitz comes straight down the middle, and instead of chip blocking that, Cam Akers just goes to the left and gets Matt Stafford. I can't remember if he gets blown up or he has to throw that away. And after that, that was early. After that, I don't think he came back in the game, or very much at all.
I think, man, it could be something a little mental coming back from that Achilles injury.
Well, but I think it's the fact that the head coach said something about he wants to see more production or more awareness or something along those lines. And so if it's referencing that, you got to be able to block if you're in there as a blocking assignment. If you're supposed to pause, look for the blitz, chip and go, you didn't chip at all. No. You didn't even try to chip.
Right.
You just let your how much did they just pay Matt Stafford?
Ooh.
A lot?
Yeah.
A lot of $1 million quarterback to just get flattened by a free coming blitzer?
Yeah.
You got to be more conscious of that. Oh my God, I just realized that. I'll both these back up. Thank you. So I think that's on that side. I think the run game, if they don't have Cam, I don't know, Henderson, cool.
Man, he's not like a top tier running back in the league, but he's still viable.
Serviceable.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think so.
But again, they need more wide receivers because Allen Robinson, who was supposed to targeted once.
I was looking at some video of him because and like you said, you don't want to talk much about fantasy. But he was someone I was looking into a lot, but I didn't get him. But so I was watching the video of him in the game, and he was running a lot of hook routes. So basically little 5-yard come back. Yeah. And that's basically the
for someone who's supposed to be your
route tree for the whole game.
For someone who's supposed to be a speedster.
Yeah.
Gotta do more than that. But that's on scheme. That's not really on him. That's on scheme.
Yeah. Man, I think they're really hoping Odell will come back when he's healthy.
I had Rams at the top of this division last week. I think we both did.
Yeah. Well, dude.
I don't know. I know I did. I don't know about you guys. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look. I know it'll be posted somewhere.
I think we all did.
I'm not sure if we all had Rams at the top.
I think you're right.
Might have to rethink that after. We'll do our mid-season.
Yeah,
let's give it till mid-season.
Yeah, I'm not going to jump.
There's a few of these other ones. I will say we can get into it now.
Go ahead.
The next game. Let's go with some of the other games. Saints Falcons. Anything spectacular there except for Falcons doing what they like to do and choke in the fourth quarter?
Nah, I mean, not really. I mean, Jameis looked pretty decent.
He had to come out. He got hurt, right? He's on the injury report.
Yeah, he is. I'm not sure what the news on that.
We'll get to injuries after this, but I know he's on the injury report.
But I'd like to see Michael Thomas get out there and get, I think, 2 touchdowns in the game, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know that stat. Maybe, I don't know.
It's possible, but
I know he had at least one.
Right, but all in all, they look good. The defense stepped up when they needed to.
Yes, they did.
Which, as we know, the defense is good.
I think they could have a very good defense. I think a lot of this week one, I think you and I may have talked about it, was just rust. The fact that you take away preseason game, and then a lot of the starters aren't playing in these games, you're going to have a lot of rust coming off. So I think we got to give it, hopefully by next week, when we get to the Colts, we'll talk about it. I think you'll start seeing more of what the team truly is here this next week, hopefully. Because this week one could really just be getting back in football. And you got to drop a game or see what happens.
Yeah.
Was that a split? Did any of us? I don't think any of us chose Falcons, right? I can't remember what you guys chose.
I chose New Orleans.
Okay, so I think.
But, I mean,
I'll
give Atlanta some credit though for the first part of the game.
I mean,
Mariota was looking good. The rookie.
London?
Yep.
No.
Yeah,
Is that right?
London. Yeah.
Okay.
Looked pretty good. What was it?
Kyle
for 75.
Kyle Pitts disappeared though.
He did. I don't think that's gonna last. Though.
He took all of that then. London. He took all those catches or all those.
I mean, he still had talking about Pitts. He still had a lot of targets, just not a lot of.
Couldn't really connect.
Yeah,
I think he only had one.
I mean, defenses are probably targeting him.
Yeah, well, now they'll adjust. Now that London's seeing
and he
some
did
targets.
line up a lot at wide receiver again, so he's like a weird hybrid.
The hybrid, yeah. That's the other thing that's interesting. Again, for fantasy, Taysom Hill took a lot of runs away from Kamara.
Mm-hmm. I don't have much to say about that, but no, I mean, Taysom just being a Swiss Army knife that he has been.
He is the true Swiss Army knife. Yeah. It's actually impressive.
It is.
We'll move on to the next one, and I have to apologize on this one because I blasted him. I made fun of you guys for it. 49ers and Bears. Okay, first off, listen.
We kind of got lucky though with that. Weather probably helped out the Bears a lot more than it,
That weather. I'm hoping my editor can find either a clip or some pictures of this. That looked like a swimming pool. That field looked like a swimming pool. Mm-hmm. It was messy. And I mean, there's a great picture of at the end when they won, and Justin Fields and all the other players like freaking slip and slide,
in the end zone.
Just dove in the end zone, and then he got up and fled. That's a hard picture, by the way.
It was really cool.
That was tough. But I clowned on the Bears, and again, how much the weather affected this game, we'll see. We'll see next week.
We will.
We'll see next week.
Not sure who they're playing next week. Bears.
I believe it's Bears Green Bay, and I believe it's Niners Seattle.
Oh, it is Green Bay. Yeah, we're about to really see because it's at Lambeau Field too.
Mm-hmm. We'll get to both of these guys in a minute. Not really much to say. I don't really have much on it, and again, judgment's hard because of how terrible the weather is. It's really hard to judge on those.
Yeah, I think Niners are.
Well, unfortunately, they lost Elijah Mitchell for it sounds like 6 to 8 weeks. That's unfortunate.
Next man up. Who is it? I think it's Jeff Wilson Jr., if I'm not mistaken.
I need to find him.
I think they just signed Marlon Mack to the practice squad, I heard.
Did they really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one. I must have missed that. Interesting. I need to sign one of them because I had Elijah Mitchell in at least one league as of starting. Well, main starting.
Just practice squad. I'd look for Jeff Wilson.
No. Yeah. Jeff Wilson, yeah. Someone probably snagged him because they're mean. All right, next game. Big one.
Divisional.
Steelers-Bengals. We concerned about that? I did say Bengals would take a step backwards. But are we surprised at the... Again, I think a lot of this is rust because I don't think Joey B or much of that offense started any of these games. I don't think they started any preseason. Joey B's coming off of his appendix surgery, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, was it T. Higgins?
Went
out with a concussion?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's
still in protocol, I believe.
I mean, that offensive line, as much as they tried to patch it,
Still not.
didn't freaking help. What was it, 7 sacks? Is that correct? 7 sacks? Good Lord. 4 picks, and then he lost a fumble, so 5 turnovers. That doesn't help my cause. As I said last time, I stacked Joey B in 3 leagues.
I think truly, they're going to be just fine again.
I think they will, because they picked it up in the end again. In the fourth quarter, if they didn't, well, that special teams needs some work. Yeah. Good Lord. That snapper made him miss that field goal, and then they had that the timing on that messed up the block, or made him block that extra point. Yeah. So that's one that I'm going to either fix that special teams, because good Lord, they're not the only ones with special teams issues.
No, but that's coming up shortly.
But that Steelers defense is impressive.
It is. We'll see how they are going to be without the TJ Watt.
Yeah.
I think they'll be just fine.
Apparently it's not as drastic as they thought.
Oh, good.
I heard that it's not officially torn, is what I'm hearing.
Well, that is good, because that sounds painful.
Yes. So they said he'd be back. TJ posted that he would be back, meaning I think it's only a 6-week instead of season ending. Their bye week is week 9. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I bet they hold him out until just after that bye week.
Probably. I would. There's no point to have him play.
Cincinnati, I think they'll be fine. He's not going to throw that many turnovers again.
Well, he may, but no, he'll at least dial it in. Where
the type of quarterback he is, yeah. I think he's like. He's one of those quarterbacks who puts that on his shoulders and really studies to get that out of there. He hates that. I've seen a lot of press conferences from him where he takes that seriously. And so, I took that seriously. So he's going to... I want to see that next rematch. When do they play again? That'll be fun. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, they play again week 11. That's in Cincinnati. Nope, I'm sorry, that is home. That's at Pittsburgh.
Ooh. Well, that's after that bye week, so possibly TJ Watt back. I mean, that's down the road, though.
That's down the road, that's well. So...
Other than that, I mean...
My order's out for delivery. Okay, by the way, manager's going to have to edit or something, because I'm going to have some food coming. So
pizza!
I got some pizza coming! So... next game, another one. Eagles and Lions. I said, if I do recall, that the Lions were going to be better than everyone thought. And everyone says it every year. The Lions didn't lose by much.
3 points. I mean,
they're down. It was a competitive game.
I mean, there's a one point where they were down by, I think,
2 touchdowns.
Yeah, but like I said, they came back, made it a game.
Mm-hmm.
That made the Eagles clench their buttholes a little bit.
They did. And, I mean, if they wasn't for Goff throwing like pick 6.
Goff will golf, man.
Hey, it is what it is. Again, week 1 jitters.
Yeah.
Got to get them out of the way sometimes.
Jalen Hurts, man. And A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown.
That's a connection.
Listen. What that dude have? Like 9 receptions?
Let me
pull that up. You have A.J. Brown,
don't you? A.J. Brown. Sorry for fantasy people, but I have him.
But what did he have in the first half? It was something astronomically stupid.
He was already over 100 yards, I believe.
Yeah, I think he had like 126 in the first half.
But he ended the game with got 10 of 13 targets for 155 yards.
How many tutties? 2, right? Or was it just 1?
Just 1.
Just 1 tutty?
Mm-hmm.
Still, it's a lot of targets. And a lot of these new acquisitions had a lot of catches. Because you had that, you had Tyreek Hill, he had a lot.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase, no, that's not a new acquisition, but he had a lot. A lot of these people are just, it seems like they're targeting, we'll go Michael Pittman as well.
Yeah, they're targeting their alphas.
Yeah, which is weird. You'd think that the corners would cover that, but
maybe they're just that darn good.
I don't know. So Lions, heads up on them. I'm not going to count them out.
No, keep an eye on them.
We'll see. Eagles, listen, that defense might. I'm not sure if that's bad defense or just Lions are better than they are. Than they are.
Yeah.
Because I have Eagles winning that division, and after seeing what I've seen, I'm not scared of anything in the NFC East.
No. No, not at all.
So,
but they could be like the Colts of old, where we score a lot of points and the defense just has to hold off the opposing team's offense.
Right. Yeah.
Not that I like that route, but I mean, because it tends to give you a lot of heart attacks.
Yes, but there's a lot of anxiety.
Any of the good that you do get out of that, it's
a win's a win.
Yeah, basically.
The next one, I think I haven't been keeping up on the splits. I know the 49ers we split because I said 49ers, you guys said Bears. I think we all chose Bengals. I think we all chose Eagles. Here's another split. I do believe. I think Zach chose Patriots here. Did you choose Patriots? Or did you choose...
No, I chose Miami.
Okay, I chose Miami. I think Zach chose New England as much as he said it pained him.
Okay.
Actually, I can check that. Zach, you punk. He chose New England. I think Miami is kind of what I thought they were and can only be more dangerous. I was not impressed with Mac Jones again. Tua will get better. He obviously targeted Tyreek a lot. Waddle had that snag right in front of the corner and took that to the house.
No. I mean, they could split him. Possibly. But, no, you're right.
I think the Bills have to be on it all. After seeing what I just saw. Excuse me, editor.
I believe the pizza is here. I hope it's not Papa John's.
All right. So, you can edit back in whenever you feel comfortable. We have our pizza. You can have us eating the pizza. It's fine. So, we will see you guys next week. Where were we? Miami. I don't think they're going to be good enough to beat the Bills after what I saw from Buffalo. I honestly, if they lose a game, it's going to be because of mental mistakes. Like a lot of what the Colts had. A lot of what I saw from Denver. Denver had 10 penalties. We'll get there, but they had a lot of penalties. It's going to cost them. It'll be their own stupid fault.
Mm-hmm. We'll get there.
If they play their game, they're favorites for a reason, and they look like it. Miami, I think is good, and I think they will be second. I don't see Jets or New England. Now,
no.
Do I think Miami can hit a wild card?
Yeah.
Yes. I think Miami, like I said, could be in play out of maybe the teams of the AFC West. I think they could be fighting.
I agree.
So, let's move on again to the Ravens and Jets. Kind of what we expected. Don't really have anything to talk about here. Do you? Oh, you do. Okay.
Sorry, I was swallowing my pizza. I was the only one to pick the Jets.
No,
I was.
Hang on. Oh, and I pick them. Oh no, you did as well.
Yeah.
You chose the Jets. You got a reason behind that, bud?
I just went with one, pick a couple upsets here and there, and that was one I just thought, you know what, I could, maybe Lamar would be disgruntled with the whole contract situation.
I think he was. I was about to talk about it. I think he was. I think he told him, pay me. He had a few.
Me too.
He had a few. We all joke that he's a running back. He had a few bombs on that game that's like, no, I can sling this rock too. Like, now pay me as a flipping quarterback.
Really, Mark Andrews didn't do a whole lot of anything. It was like Rashad Bateman and Devin Duvernay.
Mm-hmm. Duvernay. That was one where Zach had him. I picked him up.
I did too in my league.
He was on my bench. I'm upset about it. Dang.
Son.
I'm upset about it. It's okay. You want to know something else? think no, you laughed at me about this because I was over there. We were talking because I'm in 8 leagues. Here's the problem: I sometimes miss something, and I started J.K. Dobbins in one of my leagues. I had him in a flex spot, and I'm mad because I had Cordell Patterson down below, and I think he got me like 20 points. And I'm like, sitting on my bench with 20. Wow, what are you gonna do?
Wow.
So
yeah, but other than that, I mean, there's not really much to talk about in this game. You know,
pay
Ravens,
Lamar.
Pay
Lamar.
Ravens. You know,
Stop messing around. Pay Lamar.
Ravens look good.
Okay.
Watch out, Cincy.
Didn't I say
You did.
that Baltimore could take them? We'll see. Jaguars and Commanders. A lot of people were texting me, hey, look at Wentz. He's out here throwing 4 tutties.
Yeah.
Over 350 yards, something like that?
Yeah. They look good. Antonio Gibson stepped up to it, running back.
Chark? Is it, who is no?
No.
It's the other one that they have. Who is their main wide receiver?
Well, they got
no,
Moore.
Christian Kirk.
Oh, he's on Jacksonville.
Yes.
Yes.
Christian Kirk was out there making plays, which I still think he's overpaid. But he was out there making plays as the number 1 wide receiver.
Right.
Which is fine.
The offense looked
doable.
James Robinson was playing very well. And ETN didn't really do a whole lot.
Unfortunately.
I don't think that's... I think that's going to differ as the year goes on. But
it might be because he's coming off that injury and they want to slow work him in there.
Robinson's coming off an injury too, though. Achilles.
Oh, you're right, he is. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
just need ETN to do more.
You know, that Doug Peterson coming in with his offensive schemes that he had up in Philadelphia, I think it's going to be a nice little touch to Jacksonville. Not that they're going to do much of anything for the whole year, but obviously they showed that they're going to have some fight in them. I don't think it's going to last, but same for Washington. Wentz looked good, but
he did look good.
He has as many times as he's good.
I know.
He has as many times that he's just as bad.
But here's the scheme that's different: is he threw more. He was able to throw more deeper. He was able to, I don't think he was run heavy like it is here in Indy.
Right.
I mean, I don't know his exact numbers, but I know he had like 350 yards, 4 tutties, and 2 picks. Which, okay, whatever. That's not bad. Where do we now place them? Because I'm sitting there looking at Washington, and I'm sitting there looking at Dallas. And we'll get to Dallas in a minute. Who else is in that bloody division?
Giants. Which they also got to win.
They also got to win. Sorry, Chris. We'll get to you in a minute. But
the Eagles are still going to.
But that's also no. I'm talking about second.
Oh.
Now the NFC is weak. Do we think a second team can come out of this division?
Yes, I do. But
still too early.
I don't know.
We'll talk about this midseason.
It doesn't taste good in my mouth to say two teams can come out of.
Oh, the East?
The NFCs, because usually it's,
the West.
Only the winner. The winner usually is at
the West and the North.
500, if not 1 or 2 games above 500.
Yeah, that's true. It didn't Seattle, when they beat New Orleans and Marshawn Lynch had that massive truck. Weren't they 7-9 because they won the division?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nuts. Okay. Okay. Here's a game. I think we split this one.
Mm-hmm.
Brownies and Panthers. Interesting, because I chose the Panthers.
I did too. Did you choose the Browns? Zach chose the Browns?
Zach chose...
If I'm not mistaken, he
chose
Carolina to win the
division. He chose Carolina. He chose Carolina. I think we split on the other one because I think he chose Jacksonville. He chose Jacksonville over Washington. I chose Washington. That was a split. Yeah. Did you choose Jacksonville?
What, for the first pregame? Yeah, I chose
So you guys chose Jacksonville, so that was our split. Yeah. And I chose Washington, so I took that one. That was our split. So we all chose Panthers here. We all lost. Yeah. It's a close game. Jacoby did what I said he could do. Very manageable. He knows how to manage a game. I don't think he looked bad.
No. Running backs helped out a lot, too.
Well, right. Running backs helped out. Defense helped out. And Baker going to get it done.
Baker's going to Baker.
You know, that's what it is.
I hope he can, pick it up for his sake.
Uh huh.
I don't know how many more chances he's gonna have if he continues his playing style. But I mean, like I said, it's week 1. We give him a little bit of a pass.
I'm gonna give a lot of people, especially being in a new
System.
system.
And
He was traded. He was traded late.
Yeah,
He was traded late.
He was.
I don't have much on this game. I wish I could have watched it more, but of course we were all focused on this next game that we got to talk about. I know we don't want to talk about it,
but we got to.
We got to. Colts, which we laughed off. We laughed as being a win, and Zach. That might be why he's not here, because he's broken his laptop. I believe he said he was going to throw it across the room. Now, he said that if we lost, okay, we didn't lose.
No.
I'm going to bring up something that we brought up last podcast, and it was about the awful decision about tying.
Yeah.
Good God. We are the only, excuse me, NFL is the only major league sport that can end in a tie. NHL, you have a winner at the end. MLB, winner. NBA, winner. College football, winner. You decide a winner. NFL is the only one that you are allowed to tie, and it's absolute garbage.
Yes. I don't understand why that's something that's not brought up about getting rid of. I mean, I know...
Well, they changed the rules for playoffs. It should have been changed.
You kind of have to, because you had to have a winner. But...
Mm-hmm. They changed the rules for playoffs this past season.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. But, no, they need to think or look into regular season. I mean, not that ties happen all the time. It's just when it does happen to your team like it happened to us, it's just...
You don't know how to feel. The team feels empty.
I mean, there's a lot of good things that happened in the game. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor, 31 touches.
But I don't like that 31 touches.
No, it shouldn't be that much.
It should be 20 to 25.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be getting any more than that.
They need to get into that throwing game a little more. Obviously, Pittman looked
great.
like our number 1, like he needs to be.
Campbell didn't get targeted enough, I don't think.
No, not till the end of the game. He had that. I think he had only that one
catch.
It was a good catch.
Yeah, that one catch.
It was pivotal. But I mean,
and Alec Pierce needs to step up. I mean, he dropped that freaking touchdown. He dropped that tutty, that wide open touchdown. Oh my god!
I think he will.
And then Doolin looked good, so he dropped a touchdown. We had 2 drop touchdowns.
And then, oh goodness, Michael Strong.
Yeah. You're right. I forgot about him. Strong looked good. He does need more reps because he caught a few good ones.
Yep, he looked good out there.
I didn't recognize his number when he was out there.
I don't know if you're going to say it's because it's Houston's defense, but he looked pretty good out there.
He looked good. Wow. I mean, that right side of that line is awful. I said it when I went to the practice squad. When I went to the practice, it was a Sunday practice. I got burnt to all hell. And the only thing I got to see was the offensive line, the main offensive line versus the main defensive line. And that right side got absolutely toasted every single time. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't the backups. It was Smith. Got toasted every single time. And what happened? Jerry Hughes comes in here and absolutely
toasts him.
Yeah.
Dude's like 33
He had that
years
pick.
old.
He had that pick.
Mm-hmm.
He let his arms go. I mean, it was a design screen. What are you going to do?
Right.
Everyone's like, oh.
He read it.
Naheem Hines is wide open. It's a design screen to Taylor. What do you want?
Yeah.
I mean, he's engaged with Smith, and then he reads that. Just subtle step back, wait for it, stick your arm out. I mean, that's lucky, but I mean, it happened. It's terrible.
It's happened.
That line needs help.
It does. I'm surprised it took our defensive line so long to get going.
That's the other thing I was going to mention. No pressure at all, none whatsoever, until late fourth.
So we needed it.
And in overtime. Yeah. But I'm like, where was this? That's the other thing that makes me so mad is I'm like, half the time what the defense did and what the offense did, it comes so late in the game. I'm like, where was this second and third quarter? I get mad at that even with the Andrew Luck era, and even some late Peyton, mainly Andrew Luck and even Phillip Rivers. And when we go up tempo, I feel like we're unstoppable. Every single time we go no huddle and up tempo, we shove it down their throat every time.
And then they take the foot off the gas as soon as they build up a little bit of a
lead. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, if you start off the game No, start off the game. No huddle, quick motion. You get up. Now it's Taylor's game.
Like they want to, you can give him his touches that you want to give him at that point.
You don't have to give it to him early.
Like
shove it down their throat, then give it to Taylor.
Yeah, but we got to get this passing game going. We got too many. Well, Chris Ballard thinks they're amazing receivers, and that's just, that story's not finished being written yet to see if that's the case. But let's get that passing game going. And I don't mean to talk more about the Colts than we talked about any other team, but darn it, that's my team. And that game pissed me off.
I came over to watch it together.
Yeah,
and
there's a lot of yelling at the TV.
Yelling at the end of that game. A lot of yelling at the TV.
And then we can talk about this now too. Rodrigo with his late game, Colts decided to let him go.
We waived him.
I saw a little picture that popped up on my Twitter feed the day that he's still at the facility kicking. Nope. Wasn't at the facility?
Nope, not at that facility.
Okay.
He went to I posted in the Discord.
Yeah, but he was basically wherever he was at, kicking field goals to himself and stuff like that. Two kickoffs. Both went out of bounds.
Now here's my thing on the kickoffs. He
still kicked towards the boundary, man.
But here's my thing. That's never been his job function. That's always been Rigoberto.
Got one job, dude. He's kicking. He's done kickoffs back in college.
Did he?
More than likely. Not many college schools, or maybe not college yet. Not many high schools have multiple kickers like that.
Like the punter does it?
Yeah, like college, that's understandable. But at the same time, I don't know, man. You kick, field goals. They kind of have to have some accuracy.
Yeah.
Use the same accuracy. I mean, you lose a lot of it while you're doing a kickoff because you're just booming that thing. But
it says less than 24 hours since being waived by the Colts, kicker Rodrigo Blankenship has seen practicing field goals by himself at an Indy Sports Complex. Does not say where, it just says complex.
Okay. Well, at least I like that. I feel like if this was last year or the year before, he would still be on the team.
Yeah. Okay, let's go over Titans-Giants. Anything?
I'm glad Tennessee lost.
That helps a lot.
A lot.
I didn't get to see a lot of that game.
Saquon Barkley
looked great.
Looked back to
his own self.
Yeah.
And Derrick Henry. Interesting.
Not much Derrick Henry. I know
not much there. I don't know if they were holding him back.
Yeah, I didn't really put too much stock into this game, like keeping tabs on it. I just know Saquon was like
Saquon looks solid.
Looks really
if he can stay healthy, again, if him and CMC can stay healthy, heads up.
I guess one thing that is of note is Robert Woods for Tennessee. Didn't do really much anything. You would think he would be like a number one, right between number one, number two receiver. There's two rookie receivers, obviously Traylon Burks, who they drafted in the first round, and then there was another rookie receiver that I've never heard of this dude. Kyle Phillips, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. I know Burks was the main one, though.
Yeah, but they both took the bulk of the receiving.
Did they really?
Yeah, there's no really any Robert Woods, and Austin Hooper was non-existent.
Great. Awesome. Like it.
As well.
Let's keep it that way.
Yeah, seriously, I hope Tennessee plays that way all year long. You know what? And I think they will.
Good. Next one. We got to speed this up. We're already at 40 minutes.
Let's go.
Lord.
Let's speed through these last ones.
All right, next one. Vikings-Packers. I'll just say Packers looked awful.
I think that they'll get it together.
I don't think they will.
Lazard's going to come back. He's going to have a receiver that he's comfortable with, and then he'll just build up. And he'll build up his relationships with those other rookie receivers. I think they'll be fine. For now, they're going to take a couple L's, maybe make the playoffs as a wild card. That's what I'm thinking now. I'm kind of changing my mind a little bit, but we'll see if Minnesota can hang on. And Kirk Cousins is kind of inconsistent, but Minnesota looks darn good. Mm-hmm. Green Bay needs to pick it up is basically nutshell.
I just saw something from Minnesota. Where was it?
Justin Jefferson is a god.
No, actually, this is Packers. He's practicing for the first time.
Who?
Lizzie Lazard.
Lizard King.
Bakhtiari. I'm going to butcher his name.
Bakhtiari.
Bakhtiari and Jenkins both going in individual teams. team drills. As far as injury, J.K. Dobbins took a step today. He was in full participant in practice. Broncos, Justin Simmons was placed on injury. We know about that, so he's out. Anyway, I thought I saw something about freaking. We'll get there. Chiefs and Cardinals.
Yeah, ain't much to talk about here.
Good.
Oh, there's a little bit.
There's a little bit. I need to apologize to the Chiefs because I didn't think they were going to be as good. Good Lord. They looked unstoppable. They looked like the Bills. They looked unstoppable. Maybe more unstoppable than the Bills. We'll see.
Well, yeah.
They looked disgusting.
Yeah. I thought I saw the stat 11 different receivers touched the ball.
He looked. That team looks even somehow more dangerous without Tyreek.
Wow.
And it's.
Never thought I'd say that.
It's insane. I saw something. I was still at your guys' place, and it was Juju that did it. I had to rewind it.
Oh,
dude, I was laughing so hard. There was an offsides or something by Arizona, so it was a free play, and these fools kept blitzing. So first off, he throws it to the left side, which is Juju's side, and it went straight to an Arizona defender. And right into his hands, and he dropped it, and then he laid down. And Juju's just standing over him, looking down at him, just like, really? Just stood there for like 10 seconds, just staring down at him. And I'm just like, good Lord. And then they declined the offsides because even though they knew it was going to be offsides, they freaking, they still went after Mahomes and got a personal foul and a roughing the passer call. I'm like, you guys are clowns and undisciplined. Like, come on.
yeah.
Like,
yeah. No.
The Cardinals looked bad.
They did.
Now, they missing D-Hop.
It'll be a big boost when he comes back. I know.
The good thing was Marquise Brown had a few good plays.
What was that?
Is that
Dort? I can't remember that dude's name. The other receiver who stepped up. I think he had a touchdown as well too. I think it's Dorch.
I didn't follow that closely. I saw Brown make a few good plays. They literally turned off the game here because of how bad it was getting. I came back in and it was a whole different game.
Yeah.
They turned away from it because it was such a big blowout.
Yeah.
So all right, let's get going because we still got to do next week's predictions.
We do. I'll be kind of sure. We'll just pick the teams.
Chargers, Raiders. This was a fantastic game.
Didn't watch much of it.
I watched the end.
You did?
I watched the final 4.5 minutes. But from what I've seen from highlights, this was a good game. Carr struggled a bit in the beginning and a little bit throughout, but I think he'll shore that up.
He will.
I mean, of course, Devontae Adams was just...
That's basically the only person he threw the ball to.
Yeah, again, new acquiree, and he looked, and then the other thing was...
he had that one play, too. Devontae, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
Devontae Adams had that beautiful play where I forget the route he was running, but he basically faked going in and went back out on Asante Samuel Jr. and dropped him to his knees. It was beautiful.
Chargers, unfortunately, are going to be without Keenan Allen. He went out early, I believe, and he will not play in Thursday Night Football.
No, I think
week he's out.
It was a hamstring, and I heard it's really not that serious, but obviously it's too soon to come
because
back.
of the short turnaround. They're going to hold him. That he's officially ruled out for tomorrow. Bucks at Cowboys.
Yep.
Well, we can talk about it. Cowboys looked awful.
Well, and it didn't help that Dak.
That was later in the game, though.
But still.
They didn't look good while he was in.
Well, yeah, true. They had that new left tackle.
I mean, it was 19-3.
Yeah.
You're paying Dak how much to put up 3 points?
I'm surprised they were still kind of felt like they were in the game the whole time, too, though. Even at that. Their defense kind of helped them a little bit. A little bit.
Tom will pick that up, though.
Really?
It's Tom.
All right. We'll see.
It's Tom. He'll pick it up. Shocker of the week.
Oh,
Broncos in Seattle. I am so sorry.
Sorry, Seattle fans.
Sorry, editor. All over Seattle's quarterbacks, and Geno Smith came out and was like, "Hold my beer," because I'm not sure how much of the game you watched. He made a play where he scrambled. I believe he scrambled to his left and then stepped up in the pocket and just bombed it to his first touchdown. Can't remember who was to.
Disley.
Disley, yeah. And I was like, that is some fantastic QB awareness.
Yeah, he's been in the league
and years. He has, but I've just never.
I know. I don't really have.
I
don't put a lot of stock in him.
Yeah,
anyways,
but it was impressive. That defense was impressive.
It was.
It seemed like, and the score was only 17-16.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get to Denver in a minute because there's a lot to talk about Denver, unfortunately.
Yeah, there is.
Seattle the score seems like it should be higher for both of these teams because Seattle seemed like they could move at ease.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I look up, they're just moving. They're just moving, and then they would stall. They would get 30, 40 yards and just stall. And I'm like, But the fact that they could move, DK was just out there balling. He made quite a few good catches. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, he cut all these targets.
DK's out here balling. Yeah. Let's move to Denver. This can improve.
It will.
The problem was they had, I believe,
they seemed out of sync.
It was 10 penalties for like 100 and...
Two crucial fumbles.
It was like, they had 2 crucial fumbles at the end. Well, that's like the Colts having 2 because we don't know if they would have scored. But
yeah, but they were right there.
They were right there at the goal line. I think it was like first down. And then they 2... was it the same running back or was it different?
Both of them.
So yeah, it was both.
Gordon and Williams.
So they both fumbled on the goal line.
Yeah. That's what killed it for them. At the same time, too, like from what I did see from the game, it looked out of sync. I know they had that one lucky bomb to Jerry Jeudy. But that was a lot. I think the defense just kind of. I think somebody fell trying to get an interception on that play, and it left them open to make an extra move from what I believe.
On Jeudy? Maybe.
Touchdown. But yeah, they looked out of sync, and especially came to fruition at the end of the game when they had that. It was under a minute, and they were taking their time.
That's the main thing that they're yelling about is you're paying this quarterback how much, and you have a minute. I forget how much time was.
3 timeouts.
And you decide to try to kick a 65-yard field goal, 64.
30 seconds to take a timeout to decide to kick a field goal.
What are you doing? Get him back out there. Get some more yardage because that kick, it had the distance.
Yep.
It just looked a little left. It hooked a little left on him, but it looked like it had the leg. If this was now here's the thing. If this was in Denver, go ahead. Try that 60 whatever yard. But this was in Seattle. All right. A little bit different ball game there.
Definitely.
But
I think they're going to.
I had Denver in 4th place in this division. I'm gonna keep them there
to win.
I know. I'm keeping them currently in last place. After seeing the rest of this division, we'll wait till mid-season to make adjustments. But currently, I'm not switching anything.
I understand.
Denver, they're not impressing at all.
Yeah, they didn't do me any favors with me picking them to win.
I know. So, I am sorry. We are already at freaking 51 minutes.
We like football.
And it's fine. I was like, can you keep it at an hour?
No. Eventually,
but we like talking, as you can see. Okay. We'll talk about a few more injuries real quick before we get into next week's picks. Zach Wilson, 4 weeks removed from his knee, was back at practice. So we'll see where that goes.
Nowhere.
Bucks injury report for today. Mike Evans, calf, limited practice. Leonard Fournette, hamstring, limited participation. Russell Gage, hamstring, did not participate. Chris Godwin, hamstring, did not participate. Julio Jones, knee, did not participate. Rashad Bateman, where the heck did you see that? Rashad Perriman, knee, limited participation. Cornerback Zion McCollum, hamstring, did not participate. They are filled. And we'll get to who they go to, but it's their arch nemesis. Let's see. Frank Reich says Colts rookie wide receivers in the concussion protocol. Alec Pierce. That was that massive hit he took in the middle of the field early on.
Jeez, dude, yeah, that was
He took a gnarly hit there. And then, of course, we have Jameis Winston was limited today with his back injury. That's fine. Here's my interesting one. Detroit's Devontae Swift. Don't like seeing that.
DeAndre Swift.
What did I say? Deontay?
You said Devontae.
Gosh, bless it. I'm actually reading this, too. That's DeAndre Swift. Ankle. Did not participate on Wednesday. I don't like that at all.
What was it?
Ankle. DeAndre Swift from Detroit. I don't like that.
It depends if it's the high or low ankle sprain.
Pete Carroll, Adams will need surgery. Safety from there. I believe we saw him go out during the game. We already said this earlier. T.J. Watts, pec injury won't end his season. Blah blah blah. We already mentioned some of this nonsense. Of course, we have. Hot Rod getting released. Oh, Najee Harrison, his ankle.
So he might be good to go.
We'll see.
We'll see. He got till Sunday, which is the good thing for him.
So enough of this injury nonsense. We'll get into the picks. I do have Zach's picks, by the way. He did send them to me. So, let us now go into week 2 of the NFL, which starts tomorrow. Again, we record this on Wednesdays. Tomorrow's game. Big game. Chargers at Chiefs. What do you got?
Oh, man. I'm definitely excited to watch this.
Have another pizza, by the way.
Yeah, I will. It's at Arrowhead, so that kind of...
It's a very loud place to play. Wasn't it recorded the loudest, or is that still Seattle? I think it's Kansas City. It's the loudest.
Not too sure, but I think. Anyways, I have a real tough time with this. Flip a coin and feel confident in, whichever one I guess you do pick, but I'm having a tough time. I think I'm gonna go with him just because he's my dude. I'm going with the Chargers.
Interesting. Okay. Zach and I are both picking Kansas City.
Okay. I'm making these picks as long as I go.
With Allen out, I don't know. I think later on Chargers can take this. I think Chargers need a little bit of time to roll.
Okay.
From what I'm seeing from Kansas City, like I said, they looked. It's kind of a prove it to me at this point.
With who? Kansas City?
No, a lot of these. You'll see a lot of my picks are prove it to me.
Oh, okay.
Early on, I need first week. I don't know, but you're gonna need to start proving things to me. At Kansas City, until they prove to me that they aren't who I think they are, they were disgustingly good, and so I need to know: was that because Arizona? Was that because I gotta get on pizza? Is that because Arizona is just that terrible, or was that Kansas City that good? Yeah. We'll see.
That's the question.
We will see tomorrow. Could be a great game. Next up, Jets at Brownies.
I can't wait to watch this.
Right. Why? Probably I won't.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm taking the Browns. And Zach is taking the Browns. You gonna take Joe Flacco on the Jets there, man?
Yeah.
Oh my God! You chose the Jets last week, didn't you?
Jacoby, he's consistent.
But is it you? You said that it was the running backs.
I did, didn't I?
And that
I don't know.
going to the dog pound, man.
My gut. Nope. Going my gut. My gut just looked at me.
It says Jets.
It said Jets.
Are you sure it didn't say I want more pizza?
I said that too, but it said Jets, Jets.
Listen, that dude's been saying that for how long, and what's it got him? Mark Sanchez and a butt fumble.
We're gonna win, man.
Okay.
All right. Let him get one or two.
All right. Commanders at Lions. let you decide first.
I'm going Lions. No. I'm going Washington. I think with Swift, like we talked about earlier, with him possibly not playing, he does a lot for that offense.
He does a lot for that offense.
And I'm going to go with Washington just because.
Carson Wentz is that good of a quarterback?
No. I mean, he's.
I was hoping I'd get a better question mark from you. Maybe Zach would have given it to me.
I like the weapons that they got.
Washington?
Better than I like the Lions.
I'm on St. Brown, man.
Yeah, but you got McLaurin if he plays well.
Okay, yeah.
The rookie Jahan Dotson played very well for his first game. Curtis Samuel scored a touchdown. Kind of looked like his former self. We'll see if that holds up. And then, Antonio Gibson played very well. Played very well too. So I'm just gonna roll with that.
Washington.
I roll with that hot hand. I think that maybe they can keep that, offensive fire. I don't want to say firepower, but just keep it going a little bit. So I'm going Washington. What about you?
Okay, so you're going Washington. Zach is going Washington. I am going Lions. I'm going Lions.
Why?
Detroit, man. Detroit. Gotta go Detroit. They play.
Okay.
I think they play well in Detroit. I think this may change if I see Swift. This may be one that I switch if later on I hear Swift is out. Till then, I'm going to hold, and I'll go with Lions. Again, I think they're underrated.
No, and I agree with that.
And against a team like Washington, I'll give them the edge, especially at home. But again, if I learn Swift is out, this may be one of those where I switch that. We'll see come day of. But currently, I'm going to stay with the Lions. There's another split. Buccaneers at Saints. This is one where Saints have had Tom Brady, I believe. I will tell my editor when I send this to him. I'll do my research because I haven't. I've been lazy. I work too much. I believe that New Orleans is 4-0 against Tom Brady. Could be right. Don't know. You don't know. Okay. I believe that's accurate. I'm sorry. Hang on. Let me rephrase this. Tom Brady in a Buccaneers jersey.
Right.
Is 0-4 against New Orleans.
I don't know about that, but I do know, and this is really odd that I know this. Apparently, Marshawn Lattimore, cornerback for the Saints, anytime they play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, for some reason, it's like it's his best game. He always shuts down Mike Evans, and that is Tom's main target. I mean, I know...
And with that ungodly list of injuries.
And I know Julio, got a decent amount of targets last game, too. I think that the Saints and their defense stepping up against Tom. And I believe, they're home as well, too. It's a tough place to play. I'm also... I don't know if you said you're taking the Saints.
No, I'm not. I haven't said who I'm taking.
Okay, well, I'm taking the Saints.
Okay.
I'm taking the Saints in this one.
So you're taking the Saints. Both Zach and I are taking Tampa Bay, however.
Let's go.
Again, for me, this may change if I start seeing this injury report come more. These players are going to be out.
I think Godwin's not going to play.
It doesn't say, it just says did not participate. So if I start seeing more of these players actually getting out on this injury list, this may be another one that I flip.
Yeah.
Here's my other thing is if Jameis doesn't play, though, because of that injury,
Right.
that may hold me.
Who's the back? They just tossed Taysom back in there?
Probably Taysom.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. You're not wrong. He's doable. He's very elusive. Next one, Panthers at Giants.
Wow.
Awful matchup. Absolutely awful matchup. But you have two of your top tier glass running backs playing each other.
Right.
CMC and Saquon. Two of the highest risk, highest reward running backs in the league.
Same for quarterbacks. When we talk about risk and reward.
I disagree.
I mean,
Daniel Jones is. Listen. Again, he has to prove something because last week I think that was Saquon. Listen, I'm not a Daniel Jones fan. I know you guys are Baker fans, or at least Zach is.
it's
It's just Zach.
yeah.
Sorry, Zach. I chose Giants here.
I did too.
So did Zach.
Look at us.
Zach,
Who would've thought?
you want Panthers to win that division, and you chose Giants. All right, man. All right, cool. So we're in agreement here, Giants. Here is my interesting one. I want to hear your take on this. Patriots at Steelers. TJ's not playing.
No.
Obviously.
Right.
That defense still was good after TJ left.
Is Mac Jones going to play?
I know he
was
hurt,
on injury report.
but I don't think it's anything serious. We may look at that, but I don't see anything like significant. I'm going to say he'll start.
Say who?
I'll say he'll start. I'm assuming.
Mac Jones.
I'm assuming. I haven't seen
What
anything.
about Najee too?
Najee's one I brought up about his. What do they call that? I forget. It's some weird name that I never heard for an ankle.
Medulla oblongata.
Yes, that. He has a weird one that he says he's going to play. Now he can say whatever the heck he wants, and his coach can tell you, "No, you're not."
Right.
So,
wow. I don't honestly like either team. I'm not just saying that for personal reasons. I'm saying like I don't think either team. I don't like him for personal reasons either. But I just think putting that to the side, they both. I think they're both really gonna have some off. They're both gonna be off this year.
okay.
Patriots with their offense and who they got calling plays for them. I don't think that's gonna spiral out of control at some point in the season. And I just think the Steelers don't have the quarterback for one. Even if you do play Kenny Pickett at any point this year.
Yep.
That being said, going week to week, give me Pittsburgh. I like Mike Tomlin as a coach.
Okay.
I think
This is in Pittsburgh too.
it is.
So you're choosing Pittsburgh.
I am.
You're not confident on that pick.
No, I wouldn't be confident if I picked New England either.
True. Zach is choosing New England,
Okay.
and I am choosing Pittsburgh.
Wow.
I'm choosing Pittsburgh. I think that defense is going to.
They're still serviceable.
They're still very good. I mean, I don't know. I like Pittsburgh. Okay, for the love of Christ, here, you're not gonna like me.
You picked Jacksonville?
I did. Right off the bat, I chose Jacksonville. The second the Colts tied with Houston, I went in and chose Jacksonville. Curse is gonna curse, man.
Wow.
Curse is gonna curse. How many times have we gone into Jacksonville and choked?
Ooh.
7? Will this be 8 straight?
Yeah, it would be.
Listen. Do we even have a bloody kicker anymore?
They signed
did
two
we
people
sign
to the
two
practice
people?
squad.
I saw we signed him. I don't know who he kicked. Listen.
I don't think that's gonna matter.
They have our number. It shouldn't have mattered last year.
Week.
It shouldn't have mattered 2 years ago. In week 1, 2 years ago, Jacksonville went 1-15. Guess who their one win was? I'll give you a hint. It started with the Colts. Okay? It does not matter how bad they are and how good we are. We cannot win against these mofos in Jacksonville. Listen, again, I told you, this is a prove it to me. And until you prove it to me, I'm not going to do it. And the Colts have not proved to me that they can beat dog-awful teams, especially Jacksonville and Jacksonville. So do something about it. I want to be wrong about this pick, but prove me wrong.
I hear you on the prove me wrong thing.
And
I'm still taking Colts. I'm still taking Colts.
So does Zach, and I know Zach will always choose an NFC. It won't matter.
Too.
It won't matter.
I just don't.
I don't choose from that though.
I think there's a really bad taste in every single player's mouth
Oh, there should be. There absolutely
especially
should be.
with how last year ended, how this year began, and and I think they're gonna. Hopefully, they'll change up the game plan a little bit, get a little more passing out there, and I just think we're gonna move the ball with a little bit of ease this week.
We need to not give Taylor 31 touches again, though.
No, he'll get 20 plus.
Good. Look, 25 max. 25 is my max touches.
Just spread the ball around a little more too. Don't make it so one-dimensional at the same time as well. Like I can talk about, don't give him 31 touches. You still can give Pittman the majority of targets when it comes to passing too.
But Campbell needs to get more involved. I think you need to bring Woods out more. Mally Cox had some decent looks.
I agree.
But where's Woods? I saw him check in a few times, but that was it. I heard, oh, hey, look, here he is, but I saw nothing of it.
I mean, Woods, who you talking about? Woods?
Jelani Woods.
Oh,
the tight end.
I didn't even realize he was on the field at all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Granson played. I think
Granson played. Jelani Woods may have checked in near goal line and just was blocking. I have no idea. Okay, next one. We're not going to talk about that much more because if they lose again, if they lose/tie again, I swear some laptops are going to be broken. Zach may quit this dang podcast.
This city may implode if that happens again.
The city's harsh on the Colts. It's because we're spoiled.
It is.
We had Peyton Manning and then Andrew Luck for 5 years, and he was very, very good coming out. And if we had a dang offensive line, he'd probably still be playing.
He'd probably have a Super Bowl.
Listen, I don't even want to talk about it. Next one, Dolphins at Ravens. This was probably one of the toughest picks for me to take.
Yeah, it is
probably
tough one.
The toughest one for me to pick.
It is pretty tough. Wow, who can score more? Really? I'm gonna go with Baltimore.
Okay, Zach went Baltimore.
Who'd you take?
I went Baltimore. Yeah. In the end, I went Baltimore, and I leaned that way because I think I said it last week, and both of you hated on me for it.
Not your boy Tua?
No, Lamar. I'm taking Baltimore.
Oh.
But I think Lamar at any point in time could put on a superhero cape.
Yeah.
And just be like, okay, I'm going to take this, and you will not be able to stop me. They did it against the Colts. Again, I said it last week when I went to bed. He can put on a superhero cape and just be like, okay, second half, down by 21, I'm running for 250 yards and 3 touchdowns in the second half. He will do that.
Put the team on my back, though.
Again, pay Lamar.
Yes, that's...
If you won't, by the way, I'll take him. We'll take him.
You'll pay him?
Yeah, let's go. No, not me. Colts, bring him in. Listen, Ryan. How old's Ryan? Would you rather have Ryan for another 2 years, or if we somehow traded for Lamar and had him for his 8 years, 8, 9, 10 years?
Yeah, I would take the Lamar thing, but that's just not gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. He'll get
a contract.
Yeah, just a matter of time.
Falcons at Rams.
Oh, this is easy.
Rams underachieved. Falcons, while they did gag and choke on again.
Well, they're gonna choke on some more this week. They're not winning.
I'm not sure if I can keep these jokes in here. You may have to believe these. I apologize. I'm choosing Rams.
I don't think I think about that at all.
Okay, yeah. Zach chose Rams. Okay, moving on. Here's another hard one.
Really?
I actually struggled with this one quite a bit. Seattle at 49ers.
Well, first off, you have to bleep this out too. If the weather's not as as it was for San Francisco this past week,
They'll not be without Elijah Moore. They will be without Elijah Moore. Excuse me.
They'll be fine at running back. I think San Francisco puts on a better show. Probably finally get to see a little more of what Trey Lance can do.
Mm-hmm.
Deebo Samuel.
He had that fumble, but it was raining. He was pouring. It was disgusting.
I think their defense is pretty good still.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Geno had a great game. I don't think it's going to hold up throughout the year. And I just Yeah, San Francisco, man. I don't think I gotta say anymore.
So you're saying San Francisco?
Yeah.
Zach had San Francisco. Currently, I have Seahawks.
Really?
Uh-huh. That's currently.
You should put some money on that.
I'm not as sure as I want to be. Again, this is another one that I said. This one took me a while to pick. I didn't pick this game until about 20 minutes before you arrived.
Really?
The rest of these I had already picked like 2 days ago.
I mean, go with.
I may switch this one. Currently, I'm going to have Seattle.
I will be shocked if they win.
Ooh, Seattle? I was shocked when they won this past weekend.
I'll be shocked again.
Fuck, we had an hour 14. That's not bad. We were at an hour 45 last time. Okay, now we have Bengals at Cowboys. Straight up Bengals.
Bengals.
And he has Bengals. I'm not even going to talk about this. Dak's out 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, they have no offense.
They looked, Zeke, I said it last week, looked overrated as
Yeah, I got one share of him in fantasy. I'm hoping the one good thing that can come out of this with Dak being out is that
they run more.
Yeah.
They had no offense.
Yeah, I know. It's their starting left tackle is out, and I believe one of their starting guards got injured in the last game too. I don't know. I believe I heard that. You can fact check me anytime. But I think that did happen. Either way, yeah, Cincinnati, man. But I'm hoping this is for fantasy sake that Zeke, to just get a bunch of touches. Just feed him the ball. Something is bound to happen.
Man, I'm going to pull up a stat for next week. I'm not going to do it now. I'm not prepared. I will be prepared next week. Remind me of his year-to-year diminish on yards per game, yearly average.
Well, Pollard didn't look good either.
No, but Zeke just goes down every year by like 10 yards per game average. He is not aging well.
He's still pretty young, too, isn't he?
Is this his 6th year?
I think.
Is it 6th or 7th? I think this might be his 6th year.
Yeah. He was pretty young when he came in the league, too. Maybe like 19 or 20. Still, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, regardless.
Cincinnati. I hope, mainly because I have 3 shares, both Jamar Chase and Burrow. I hope they both pop off. No more throwing for 4 interceptions and losing a bloody fumble, and one of those picks is a pick 6, because that hurt me a lot.
It could happen again. I mean,
no, it can't.
It could. Dallas's defense is kind of, and they showed it against Tampa Bay. They're kind of...
Go back to last year.
They're good at forcing turnovers.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give them that.
And Joe Burrow, his past game, whether that was the defense he played against, could have been. Could have been. But if he still has any rust on him, Dallas, can eat on that. And
mainly because I don't like Dallas.
I know.
I'm in a group with a few Dallas fans.
America's team.
I post so many memes in there. So many memes. And they're just like, I thought we were friends. And I'm like, no, we are. I enjoy all over your team. You're going to have to believe that. I'm sorry. Oh, you're also from Texas. Editor's also from Texas. I apologize.
No, you don't apologize.
You're right. Oh, hey, look, another Texan team. The Texans, who we tied with for somehow.
Ain't gonna happen this week.
Denver. I have Denver. Are we just gonna say this one again? Zach has Denver as well. We all choose Denver.
I choose Denver. Houston.
Lucky out the gates.
You think so?
I think so. I think it was rust for us. I think it was rust for. This is gonna prove how. This was the thing about Denver. They looked undisciplined. To have 10 penalties, that is undisciplined as all get out.
Yeah. Plus the coach didn't look too disciplined.
That's what I mean. A lot of that's coaching. So Russ needs to step up there and be like, listen, that's absolutely unacceptable.
And that's one thing that gives me just a tiny bit of pause is just the fact that Lovie Smith is Houston's head coach and's been there. He's done that. It gives me a little bit of pause that maybe Houston doesn't win, but gives them some trouble.
Okay. I was about to say, are you going Houston or are you going Denver?
I am thinking about it, but
currently we're all Denver.
Currently I'm Denver.
Okay. Next game, Cardinals at Raiders.
Hmm.
It's not even a question for me. I'm choosing Raiders, and so is Zach. For me, Arizona looked terrible, and they don't get D-Hop back for a while.
Yeah, I like Vegas' defense to be able to get to Kyler. Doesn't mean he won't make any good plays here and there, but yeah.
I think if Mahomes was able to absolutely shred that defense, I want to see.
But Carr is not Mahomes.
No, I understand that, but I want to see what now Carr can do against maybe a shreddable defense. This is where we can see, hey, was Arizona dog doo-doo, or was Kansas City that good? Yeah. If Derek Carr can come out, throw, let's say he throws for 400 yards, 5 tutties, okay, Arizona Cardinals are trash. But I still hold the fact that I think Derek Carr is one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the league. He is not respected as well as he should be.
I do agree.
And I think that connection between Carr and Adams will just keep getting better. I mean, they have to reacquaint because they were college, but that was how many years ago? It's been a while. Yeah. Renfro will keep getting in there. He made a few. Right, he's got all of that. That's why I faded him every time I saw him. I faded him. I normally draft Waller. I believe I faded him in almost every draft.
I traded him in my dynasty league.
That was probably a good decision. And remember, I wanted him. I offered you a few.
Yeah,
that was in our dynasty league.
We got Ertz and a first round pick. Second round pick for him.
Nice. How did Ertz do, by the way? I don't know.
He didn't do much at the beginning of the game. In the game, he started getting some points for me.
Okay.
Nothing too crazy.
Bears at Packers.
Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers. He's part owner of the Bears, and
I agree.
Yeah, that's easy one. And it's at Lambeau Field.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing. I will give you. I want to ask this question. Packers looked awful.
They did. Like that a sink.
Even with Lazard back, that does nothing for that defense.
Green Bay's defense?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I know.
This will say more about Fields.
Yes,
can we see this will be a test for Fields? Can we... I have Packers winning, and so does Zach.
Yeah, I do too.
But I'm not going to be surprised if the Bears walk away with this.
Yeah, I can see that. I just think just because it's in Lambeau.
I think because it's in Lambeau, because it's Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers can't catch a ball, and they had, who was it? Watson, not Dobbs, Watson. Good Lord. Did you see that dropped ball? Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. Rodgers.
Yeah, I felt for Rodgers last week.
He has no one to catch the ball. No one. And that defense didn't do him any favors much of the night. So,
yeah. I just think, he may not be the best wide receiver. He may not be your ideal version of a wide receiver one, but I think having somebody who's familiar with how Aaron likes his receivers around the routes and all that, I think it may mean a little more than you might think. But that one tell.
Okay. 2 more. By the way, that is the Sunday night game. That is a Sunday night game.
Oh, we do have 2 Monday.
We have 2 Monday games.
Wow, that's odd.
You mentioned this last week about
having
2
one.
Monday games. Yeah, well, here's the 2.
Wow.
Yeah, it surprised me as well. I don't.
That is odd, man. I mean, I'm not mad.
I'm not mad at all either. The first one is Titans at Bills. Listen, I'm just going to say Bills are going to absolutely curb stomp the Titans to the ground, and absolutely. I will enjoy and laugh every second of it.
I will too.
Zach has Buffalo. I apologize if Chris ever watches this. He leads the bragging rights pick'em league, not pick'em league, both dynasty and other fantasy league that I'm in. We've been running it for. This is the 4th year.
Dynasty league?
We do a dynasty.
This is
the I'm in 3 dynasties. I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
I think you put yourself through that.
I'm a masochist, apparently.
Yeah, I guess.
I think this is the 2nd year for Dynasty, and then this is the 4th year for the other regular. But he's been leading it and I've been helping. I'm kind of the co-owner of both, but he's a huge Titans fan. And
I think I met him at one of the drafts last year.
maybe.
Was he playing the Marvel League?
Yes. No, last year he did. This year he doesn't.
Okay.
I think he was in the finals last year in the Marvel. Anyways, Bills. Bills.
Oh yeah, no question. This is an interesting game.
Vikings at Eagles. This is the last one. I told you I had 3 that I struggled with. This is the last one I struggled with.
Sorry, people listen to this.
Slow it over it. It's
This
late.
is not ASMR.
It's 7 o'clock. We need to eat sometime.
Yeah.
I'll give you Zach's. Zach chose Philly.
That's what I'm leaning towards too.
I'm not giving you mine until you tell me yours.
I'm going Philadelphia.
Okay, you're going Philly? I chose Minnesota.
Okay.
I chose Minnesota. Again, very hard pick. I think this is going to be a very fun game, I hope, between Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown and Christian Kirk and Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention. How much did Thielen get action in last week's game?
I'm not too sure on that one.
I'd have to look at that. Now, I think this is going to be a fantastic game.
Yeah, that's something we're gonna get better at. Just having little stats for each team.
I don't think of these stats until I'm here talking about them. I know. I need to do more Monday work. This needs to be Monday work for me. I normally lay around and sleep half the day on my day off, but Mondays I need to actually do some research. Problem is that Monday game hasn't been played yet.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know, but I can understand either way going here. Yeah.
I'm going Vikings currently, and I have it close because it's in our tiebreakers. I have it close. I'll tell you, I don't have the Bills and Titans game close, but
I mean, I really don't like Philadelphia's defense. The only reason why I would pick them is Jalen Hurts, but is Jalen Hurts really all that good that I think that he could just carry a team like that? No, I don't think so.
That's the other thing is,
But I got that's my core bait. I have him in a fantasy league. So I keep bringing fantasy into this, but I got to sometimes. I gotta see my guy play well.
That's why I chose. In the end, that's why I chose Minnesota. Is Detroit dropped 35 on them.
It did. So I'm not gonna be shocked at all if Minnesota wins. I'm just picking Philadelphia straight off. I do like Jalen Hurts too. So I'm gonna pick them because I want to see them win. But if I wasn't picking off that bias, I probably would join you in picking Minnesota.
It's a very tough call.
Yeah.
There's one other story I want to talk about. We're at an hour 27. We got 3 minutes to talk about this.
All right, let's go.
Did you see that Miami nonsense? Someone, I believe it was in Miami, they were grilling.
Oh,
they put the grill under the car.
With the cars, yeah.
And then, I don't know how many cars it was. They just walked out.
Yeah, no,
A whole slew of cars that just, burst and were just on fire and toasted. Could you imagine coming out of that game, whether you're a Dolphins fan or a New England fan,
and that being one of your cars,
so high on life that you just won against New England, and your car is just burnt to toast? All I can say is, if the dude who is the owner of that grill was found, he better have some hell of an insurance.
Yeah.
His insurance is going to drop him.
What, 5 or 6 cars, if not more?
If not more.
Yeah, I did see that, though. So you probably come out a little bit drunk too.
Oh god.
And you're just like, what? What? Do you walk? I don't know.
I don't know what you do at that point. I saw that picture and I'm like, is this real life?
Yeah, it was. Someone's that stupid.
You left your grill on. I mean, look, tailgating's fine, but
Surprised you don't hear about that more. Happening at like tailgates or anything like that. At least I can't remember the last time I've ever heard of that happening. I don't know.
on that, I don't have really anything else besides the kickers were awful. Tennessee missed one.
Oh yeah,
Just kickers. I'm sure Pat McAfee was. It was not for the brand.
I mean, he can come back and kick for us.
The dude just is on
I know.
college.
He
what
can
is
come
that?
out he can come out just for what 17 more weeks.
Right.
And come kick every now and then. Yeah, he can do that.
We'll see.
That won't happen.
Well, I think that's going to be it for our week 2. We'll try to pick this up as weeks go on. We pushed an hour and 30 again, and that was without Zach.
We'll refine it.
It's got to be more organized.
Yes.
We'll figure it out. Only week 2. We're kind of like all the other NFL games, kind of trying to figure it out as we go.
Yeah, we're just feeling it out.
So, I feel like my editor is going to hit me because,
It's about the same length.
well, same length, but we were eating. Now he's going to have a hell of a time editing some stuff.
But it was really good
It
though.
was a really good pizza, man. It's unfortunate. Well, that is it for week 2. Hopefully, Zach can live through whatever the heck he's trying to die from. And he'll be back next week. I love picking on him. So,
It's easy to do when he's not
yeah,
here.
it is easy to do. Watching this fly, I have ADD.